What's good? What's good? Welcome to the Epic Entertainment Critics. I'm Antoine. All right, so I watched Netflix Resident Evil over the weekend. I know it's I think it's Tuesday. I think it's I know it's Tuesday. It's a bit late. I binge watched it. I mean, well, yeah, I did binge watch it. Watched the whole thing. Watched all 8 episodes. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this review solo. But and after I got done, I was like, that was interesting. And then I decided, yeah, let me review this because I need to tell other people about this. So, okay, the Resident Evil on Netflix. All right, it has nothing to do with the Resident Evil movie that just got released last year. I think it came out in October. Nothing to do with that movie. That movie was supposed to be kind of directly copies from the game. So 1 and 2, that movie was directly from 1 and 2, and it was not a good movie at all. They just took clips from the game and shoved them together, and it did not work. So this right here is this is like I think it might be another universe of Resident Evil. They didn't really explain nothing. So um, these characters. Okay, so it is the main character is her name is Jade. So it's Billy and Jade. So we got Albert Wesker and his two daughters, Billy and Jade. Now we know Albert Wesker from the old games. Wesker is this dude. I always thought he was like a vampire or something, but I guess he got the T virus, and it makes him stronger and faster. He always jump in, do some cool stuff, and then jump out. Like every time I play the game, Wesker come in a cutscene, and he'll do some flips and do some inhuman stuff, and then he'll lift. He's super strong. He's superhuman, and he do that stuff and he jump out. Um, so some reason they cast Lance Reddick as Wesker, which is the furthest from Wesker you can get. I don't know what's going on here. Lance Reddick is he got a smooth ass voice. He sounds like he's your narrator. If you can't get Morgan Freeman or James Earl Jones, you get Lance Reddick. A lot of people know him in what's the name? What's the name of that? I'm drawing a blank. A lot of people know him from John Wick, and he's the guy, and he's in the hotel. He runs the hotel that John Wick goes to get his guns and information and stuff. The Continental, I think, is the name of that hotel. But anyway, you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, he's a scientist, and he has two daughters, and somehow they connected. They are in New Raccoon City. So I'm not sure if this is supposed to be after the game, from what we know, and then they just kind of try to rebuild Raccoon City. I think that's what they're doing here. So it's in the same universe. This is just later, and the show kind of flipped back and forth. They go from past to present. So presently is in 2036, and zombies. It's a zombie apocalypse as usual, and not just zombies, but I guess somehow the T virus is affecting regular animals, and all animals are now mutated and big, and like I think that was a caterpillar at the beginning. This giant caterpillar chased her at the beginning, which I don't know why they chose that. I don't know why they chose that out of all the things they could have chase her. But she got chased by a giant caterpillar. I'm guessing the T virus is mutating animals. I'm guessing. So we start off with that, and then they jump back to the past where this all started, which is now 2022 is when it's supposed to start, and then 2036 is I guess the present in the movie where they running from the zombies or whatever. They keep jumping back and forth. Now I'm not crazy about that. Like I'm okay with them kind of doing that to kind of so like you won't get bored if you stuck in one you watching something and it gets a little you're getting a little like get a little bored. You want to see something else, so so they cut to the other timeline, the past or whatever, and that's okay sometimes. But then it got to the point where it was just it was too. I once I get invested, then they jump, and I'm like, okay, well y'all jumping too fast, and I kind of wish they had just pick one, you know. So it's kind of like that. They'll show you like 10 minutes of the past, 10 minutes of the present, 10 minutes of the past, 10 minutes of the present. It did that throughout the whole series. Now I don't know if that works for people. Some people might like that because you don't stay in one place. But yeah, so in the past in 2022, Jade and Billy is 14, and these are his daughters. This is twin daughters. Well, they're not identical twins. They're not really. I guess they twins. They I guess they was artificially inseminated, but they had two different eggs in the same womb or something like that, but they still was had the same father or whatever. So whatever they technically not twins. They just whatever. They born at the same time. So whatever. They sisters, and so the parts when they young, that is, it gets CW-ish, but I kind of forgive that because when I'm watching it, I started to get into it. That's why I was like, okay. I heard a lot of people say this was this was CW. This was just a bunch of teenage drama, and it had some of that in there, but I think it had enough going on that it didn't fall into that trap. It didn't fall into that CW black hole where I do not like going. Like, if it got to CW, I would have been out. But I found myself slightly invested in what was going on. So like the young girls, Jade and Billy, so they was types. Jade was the wild, rebellious one. Billy was the good girl. I guess. But I'm gonna tell you like this. They did get on my nerve after a while, man. The Jade character, the young Jade, she wasn't as bad when she got older. But and shout outs to the casting department because the young Jade and Billy look really like the older ones. Like they did good on getting girls that look like the older counterparts. So they did good right there. But yeah, the young Jade was was annoying. Like seriously, she was rebellious, but it got to the point where it went. She just took it too far. Took it too far. It's like, where you got the people they know. It's like they are type. It's like they know they this type, and they say stuff because they gotta say it. It's like you don't have to be this way 24/7. Sometimes you can let up a bit, but she had to play her role as the rebellious teen. Yeah, she got a little on my nerve after a while. The other girl, Billy, she was okay, whatever. But the future stuff, it was okay. It was all about trying to find a cure. But hold on, and not that I want to spoil anything. So I think they took a cue from Day of the Dead. Day of the Dead is the third installment for the Night of the Living Dead series. So Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, and Day of the Dead. Now, Day of the Dead, the plot was they couldn't stop the zombie outbreak. So a scientist came up with an idea to live with them. So he was trying to, find brain functions in them. So he was trying to make them more human. I'm not sure why. it was basically he was trying to make them more intelligent so they wouldn't eat them. And that just sounds so stupid. Just saying it out loud, it's like that sounds so stupid. Just shoot him in the head. But so it was along those lines where she trying to find a way to. She was trying to find a way to. So she's a scientist too now. It didn't even kind of make sense because the way she was when she was a teenager didn't seem like she would pursue science at all. But somehow she's a scientist once she become grown, which we don't get to see the years after 14 to now. I think she like 30 now. So it's like we didn't get the chance to see those years, but somehow she became a scientist. And she's working on getting the, what they call, she's trying to get the zombies to, she's trying to find a way to control the zombies through like pheromones or something like that, where trying to communicate with them, trying to control them, and try to get them to not attack them. So she's like, we could just live with them. I don't know what she's thinking, but yeah, things go horribly wrong, which they should because it's a dumb idea. And but yeah, the series in itself, I find myself entertained enough to watch it. So if it wasn't decent, then I wouldn't be able to finish it. So I give it that.
They said the world would end in.
Oops. I'm gonna tell you where it went off the rails, though. I'm gonna tell you where it got out of hand for me. So, as we know, Wesker is a character from the game, and like I said, he's like a cool guy from the game that pops up and he'll pop up and he'll do flips and those cut scenes. There's so much action in those cut scenes. So Wesker was a way for them to put basically superpowers into the game, and so originally on the first game, Wesker was part of the rescue team, and somehow he got separated from the group, and they was like, "Well, Wesker, I don't know," and come to find out he was kind of like in cahoots with Raccoon City upper Umbrella, upper command or something like that, whatever. I think he got the T virus in him. That's how he got all these superpowers or whatever. But this is the thing. So he wear like a black long coat. He got the black round glasses and stuff. So we was wondering why they use Lance Reddick as Wesker, because Wesker is totally different from the Lance Reddick is totally different from the Wesker character. And I don't know if it was him who decided to do this. If Lance Reddick said I want to do this, or I don't see the logic behind this move. But they had him dress up like the Wesker we know, with a wig on, and expect us to take it serious. Let's see if I can find that. Now I got a little clip. So they got clones. So they got clones of Wesker. It's 4 of them somehow, and they all got kind of different personalities a little bit. And so I got this little clip, man. Just check this out. Oh my God. Jesus, that wig. Oh my God. They need to get their ass whooped. Okay, so this is like, he looked like Blade Daddy. he looked like Wesley Snipes' daddy. Like, told you, kill vampires, boy. I mean, I'm so mad. I'm so mad they did this. It seemed like they was taking themselves serious, but at least don't have that wig on. That wig just took me out 100%. Like, if he just came down there with the leather on, I'm like, okay, that's Wesker, See how he talk.
The mind machine interface is glitching.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Fix it.
You lost me there. I mean, it's cool to play dress up, but this is the thing. If this was a parody, a comedy, then I'll be like, that's funny. But this was a serious show, and when you come with this character dressed like this, with that wig on, that horrible wig, it just took me out. It's funny though, but it's not meant to be funny. So that's not a plus. That's not a plus for you if it's not meant to be funny. So anyway, that was horrible. But other than that, man, the show is watchable. It's better than I'm gonna tell you. It's better than Welcome to Raccoon City. I give it that. I enjoy it enough. I enjoyed it enough to keep watching where it went. It didn't finish, so it left it open for more seasons. But I don't think it's gonna get picked up. But I just think that the way they structured it, it was basically not that much time passed. So it was all like in the past it was like a couple days, and in the present it was like a couple days, and a lot happened though, and it might get picked up. I don't know. It's kind of interesting where they trying to go with this, and that's the thing about Resident Evil. Where are they going with this, man? It's zombies, and then we got monsters, lickers, the eyeball creature, and you know what? I thought when he came down those steps, I thought I was gonna be Nemesis. So I don't know when we gonna see Nemesis, not Nemesis, Mr. X. Mr. X, that's what I meant to say. A lot of Mr. X, I don't know what he is. He's just like a big ass zombie with a trench coat, and hat. I don't even know. And you shoot him, he's like take a knee, but then he'll keep chasing you. That's in part two. So I don't know. It's cool, man. I'm gonna give it a right. I watched it. I mean, it's good enough to keep you entertained for a while, and it's not they make you want to turn it off. I mean, I got to a point where I did want to see where the older Jade, like what was going to happen with what she was trying to do, like was she going to achieve her goal. I kind of got invested in that. That's why I kind of got tired of the back and forward, because I'm like, okay, I'm invested in one thing. I don't need to keep going back to the past. But yeah, it's worth watching. And check it out. It's on Netflix. It's #1. So people checking it out. So yeah, Resident Evil. That is my review, and I'm gonna wrap up. Anybody just still watching the video, please subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon so you can get alerts anytime we post new videos or if we live stream. And you can leave a comment what you think about this, and and also hit some thumbs ups. And yeah, I'll be out here. All right, y'all. I'm out here. Peace.